Hello lovelies, welcome back to my Cavern of Secrets. If you're new here, welcome. Here I discuss all kinds of things from horror to video games, TV shows, movies, telling scary stories, among other things. If any of those interest you, join the other things by subscribing to the channel. It's greatly appreciated. So for a few weeks, I've been rolling around the idea of talking about my Pokemon experience with all of you, and that's because anytime I mention that I like Pokemon or any of that to another adult, I get the weird, strange look like, what is wrong with you? So I wasn't sure if I should even talk about it, but here's the thing. I've been playing Pokemon since it first came out for the Game Boy Color back in, I want to say, the 90s. So my first Pokemon game was Red. And the only reason why that was because there was a dragon on it. As silly as that might be, I didn't really know anything about the game, or any of the games I should say, because I know there was blue, red, and yellow. I didn't know anything. And that's because, now from my experience, I don't know about other people's experience, but during this time, when I was a kid growing up, girls didn't play video games. It was believed that video games were for boys. Now, I did play video games. My dad had a Sega, and he introduced me to video games. We played racing games, golf, a little bit of football, some Sonic, Pac-Man, and I think that's it during that time. My mom was fine with cutesy games. So Pac-Man, Sonic, they're cute. So it's acceptable. Which was how I was allowed to play and own a Game Boy Color and Pokemon. Because it's cute. So girls like cutesy things. However, my peers, the girls didn't play video games. They only played the cards. So I had nobody I could trade with. And yeah, the boys were playing with their Game Boys during recess and what have you. But during that time, us girls thought boys were icky and boys thought girls were icky. So we all stayed away from each other. Unless we absolutely had to talk to one another. So I didn't really like the game because I couldn't trade with anybody and it kind of fell apart for me. I did try Silver when that came out because I saw the previews and I wanted to try and collect all the Pokemon and try it all over again. I thought maybe with a new game, maybe other people would start playing more. Unfortunately, that didn't happen either. The girls didn't play. And none of the boys that I did start talking to were playing, so I just didn't have anybody I could trade with again. So I stopped completely at that point. That is until I received a 3DS as a birthday present. I purchased Diamond, Black, and I believe Moon. I could have skipped it, I don't remember. And the reason why I chose those was, one, I wanted to know what changed from the first Pokemon game I ever played. And I kind of didn't see any other Nintendo games that I wanted at the time. So, again, I didn't play them long. I grew bored of them fairly quickly because all the Pokemon games, for the most part, had the standard collect all the Pokemon, fill up the Pokédex, evolve all your Pokemon, defeat the gym leaders. Some of the games, it was, stop Team Rocket, and the end of the game was to defeat the champion. It's pretty basic, and there wasn't much difference. Except I did like how you had to craft certain Pokeballs. I liked that some Pokemon only came out at night, which was similar to Silver. That was a cool addition, and I liked how they kind of gave a little bit of Pokemon lore with the games, but I still got pretty bored, unfortunately. However, with that said, even though I'm an adult now, I still like the games, mostly because of nostalgia. Plus, the creatures are really cute. I can't help it. The first modern game I played was Let's Go Eevee for the Switch. It's one of my favorite Pokemon, so not really surprising there. I was a little disappointed in the game, though, and that's because Pokemon, the world, is massive now. So I was expecting that you would be able to go to every single map that we've traveled to up until now, along with all the Pokemon from the respective regions. I was so excited for this. I was sad that it was just the original region that you explored back in Red, Yellow, and Blue. That was a huge disappointment for me. And I was disappointed that you couldn't evolve the Eevee that you start with, because I wanted it to be Umbreon or Vaporeon, because those are my two favorite evolutions of Eevee. So I didn't really want to try any other game. I was really disheartened until my sister mentioned Sword and Shield, and she's been playing it off and on here and there with my nephew. And she mentioned some of the Pokemon that are her favorites that are in the game. So I figured I would try Shield. I checked to see which Pokemon were in both, and Shield seemed to be the best. I wasn't going to miss out on much. I liked the game, but I also had some disappointments with it. A lot of the Pokemon that I grew to love aren't in it, and I thought it would include everything since it's an open world. Sadly, I didn't get that. It's a typical Pokemon game. There isn't much differences between it and the original, apart from the graphics, of course. That's about it. It's still defeat the gym leaders, collect all the Pokemon, trade with your friends, and at the end, defeat the champion. That's it. I like how there's more lore to this. I do like that aspect. I like how you're trying to figure out what the truth is for the past, what really happened, where these Pokemon came from, and things like that. But it's not enough to keep me playing. And there is another issue that I ran into. I can't get my Eevee to evolve into Umbreon. I've been going to the Wild Park, I believe it's called, and it's where it's an open area where there's all kinds of rare Pokemon that are high levels. And it's the only place that changes from daytime to nighttime. And of course, Umbreon, you need it to be nighttime. I have my Eevee maxed out for friendship. It's at level 41 though now, and it will not evolve into Umbreon. It's been frustrating for me, so I gave up on the game. I might go back, but I don't know. When I heard about Acreus Legends, I saw how many people were kind of saying it's going to be a horrible Pokemon game because it's not what I grew up with. Fine. But the more I read, the more I was excited for this game. My husband pre-ordered the video game for me for the holidays, and I've been playing it since I received it. I absolutely love the game. The open world, the return of some of my favorite Pokemon. The story is really cool because it's basically how Pokemon started and how humans are going to coexist with these creatures. It's a completely new story, and I'm not upset that all the Pokemon in the world aren't in this, because it's a totally different region. Why would all the Pokemon that we found up until now exist in this time period when this is where Pokemon started? And not all Pokemon are from one region, as we've noticed. I love that Eevee and all its evolutions are in this. I adore the different quests, the challenges, and even trying to find some of the lost items, because I try to collect all of them in the region when they pop up, but I've found that some of them I can't get to because I need something that can cross water, which is fine. And the challenges that I've come across is trying to fill up the Pokédex for every Pokemon. Now, some of them are easy compared to others. One of them you can't capture during the day because it transforms during battle. Yet, for its requirements to fill up its Pokédex, it actually says to capture it during the day. How many have you captured during the day? How many have you defeated? Well, one, this Pokemon is incredibly difficult to find. So, there's that. And two, it's an evolved stage of a Pokemon, so that makes it even more difficult. So I haven't filled up its Pokédex yet. I'm still working on it. But that is a challenge, and I like challenges when it comes to video games. Another challenge that isn't too difficult, but it's still kind of a challenge, are the mini games. The ones that I've played so far anyways. One, you get to ride on one of the Pokemon and pop balloons in a certain amount of time. And the other one is you get to throw Pokeballs at balloons and pop them in a certain amount of time. I like those. They are challenging because they're timed, and you get to pop so many balloons within a certain amount of time and have a certain score to get a really awesome prize at the end. Those are fun. And I like that you get to ride Pokemon in this, because in the original game, when you wanted to ride on a Pokemon, like to cross water or whatever, you would just see your avatar turn into the Pokemon. Which was really cool when I was a kid, because I didn't really understand that's not how it works, but that was fun. I thought it was really cute. Now you actually get to see your avatar riding on a Pokemon and going across the world. It's really cool. It's a lot of fun. I like seeing the different Pokemon and what their abilities are. And I think it's an incredible game. I hope that they continue with this, where there's quests and you have to figure out what Pokemon meets the vague description for what the person's looking for. And trying to fill up the Pokédex for that specific Pokemon too. I think it's really cool. I love that it's difficult. I would like more customization options though with the characters. But it is a new addition to the games, so it's not a huge problem for me. I mean, back when the game first came out, you had to play as a boy, and that drove me crazy when I was a kid, because I wanted to play as a girl. If you've played the Pokemon games, which one is your favorite? What's your favorite Pokemon? What do you think of the new games? However, if you're not a huge Pokemon fan, that is perfectly fine. What game or franchise from your childhood do you still play today? The games from my childhood that I still play, apart from Pokemon, are Kirby, Yoshi, and Spyro. I was so happy when they rebooted Spyro. And I will say the time challenges are far more difficult now than they were when I first played it. But that's fine. They have to make it more challenging for us people that want to come back because of nostalgia. And another one is Medieval. I did come back to that after playing it when I was a little kid, and my family freaked out so bad when I started playing that as a little kid because I thought I would have nightmares. Yeah, no. I almost beat Medieval, and it is the exact game that I remember, except way better graphics and incredibly challenging still. I love the game. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I'm so sorry for the length. I hope you all liked the video. If so, click that like and subscribe button. It's much appreciated. If you don't want to miss the upcoming content, click the bell icon to never miss a video. Thanks again. Hope you all have a magnificent weekend. Take care until next time.